I think I'm a special one.
Alright boys, welcome back to the channel. It is the start of Season 2 today. Well, kinda. I've played about 4 games. Just wanted to get a feel of the transfers that I've done. There's been obviously a bit of a change around. There's maybe a half a dozen players coming into the squad. Thank you to everyone who left like comments in the last video, whereas we basically fucked up and bottled promotion. It was like someone had died. Everyone telling me to go again and don't worry about it and stuff. So it was quite good, quite funny to read those comments. So we're in the dreaded 3rd tier again, completely changed now, the whole structure. So the structure that we were in last year has now become the 4th tier. We're now in like a national sort of like league. There is 24 teams, only 2 go up, and it's the top 2. There's no playoffs, no relegation playoffs, no promotion playoffs. It's literally just the top 2 go up, which makes it difficult because there's bigger clubs in terms of B teams in there as well. Sporting B are in there, and they're going to be difficult to catch. They're going to be difficult to compete with this year. There's a few semi-pro teams. We've not started great. We've chugged along. We've been better after I've just tweaked a few things in the tactic. There is the tactic. I thought I'd just leave that up to see what we're rocking with. I am finding so many balls being split through the middle of defences, so I thought, right, one way of trying to counteract the match engine a little bit there's no real thing of getting your defenders tighter. I wanted them tighter to stop those gaps. I've decided to put 3 at the back, and so far it's worked okay. I've tweaked a couple of things. The covering defender wasn't doing much in terms of marking, so I've now got my middle defender. When they play 1 up, my middle defender marks the striker. When they play 2 up, our 2 wide defenders will mark the striker. So I'm just trying to do it game by game, just to try and limit through balls is the one. And hopefully I've got tighter marking on. They're marking specific players. I'm hoping that'll do us better defensively, and so far it has worked all right. So I'm going to show you the league, then I'll show you the transfers. So the league, the Tessera. Wait, someone messaged me. All right, so the league is called the Tessera. Right, anyway, we're in what's going to be a difficult division where we're predicted to finish around 6th, I think. 8th. The board want top 6, I think it was. It's interesting, they're just wanting us to repair the financial damage over the next few years. Look, repair financial damage. So being really tight with our budget is going to be key. Finishing top 6 places this year, which I think we can do. Once we get going, goals is going to be key. We've not actually lost a game. We've played 4, but we've only won 1, drawn 3. Doorbell. I think that's my Bret Hart Christmas jumper. So really excited to open that after. Where were we? Yeah, so they want top 6. They said the only issue is there's a couple of teams like Sporting B. This team, I think, have got a little bit of money behind them. There is some semi-professional teams in there. Today's opponents themselves are semi-professional, so I think it's going to be a little bit of a mixed bag. It may take a couple of years for these sort of leagues to sort of like balance out after the restructure. The only issue is there's no playoffs. We've just got to get top 2. We're already 4 points off that. It's going to be a long, hard slug, and with the board not really pushing us for promotion, it's interesting to see what they do financially. We've had a little bit of a windfall. This guy, Ruben Vezo, was set a bull. It was ended up at Levante. They went for 27.5 million, which meant we got about 500 grand for that, which has helped massively. We actually got money in the transfer budget as now, even though we've not spent it. We're only at 127,000 now. That's going to get worse over the course of the season, but slowly but surely we started 2 million deficit. The board haven't put in any more money in yet, but I think they will. We're just under the wage budget. we've got a little bit of money to spend in the transfer as well. So, yeah, things can be done. The transfer window was still quite difficult. And talking of the transfer window, released players, most noticeably Bruno Luz, Josu de Vega, our reserve keeper, I don't think he even played, and Camo, who has found football with Olanense, who are obviously in the league below. I think we actually maybe played them at some point last season. So, on the ins, as I said, I wanted to do 3 at the back. We had a nice core of players that I was kind of happy with to start with. So we're looking at players like the goalkeeper, Sene, the defender, Semedo, Sosa, Pedrosa, Mendy and Jabari. We got Jabari back on loan, which was obviously big. And then we've just bolstered it up with some decent players. So the first player is actually a loanee. He's come from Unidaleria, which are in our division, Jose's old club, if you can remember. Just was transfer listed in terms of attributes and what I wanted. We're now playing with 2 Mazzalas in the midfield. I couldn't find much better. 13 dribbling, 13 first touch, 13 passing, 13 technique, 13 vision. It was all in around its strength is the killer, but he's actually been quite creative. He scored a few goals in pre-season as well, so I've given him the go. We didn't necessarily have to spend much. He's £325 a week. We're paying his wages, or we're paying a chunk of his £400 wages anyway. So that's a loanee in. The other loanee in is Duke, centre forward from Benfica. Could do pressing forward, can do target man, can do advance forward. Little bit of pace. Heading not bad, finishing not bad. He scored 3 goals for us, so he's maybe going to turn into the star. Mendy's not maybe up to the standard of a top half team, so he'll probably play us back up, and I'm hoping Duke is the man. We need 20 goals apiece from our 2 strikers over the sort of like the 46 campaign. They both need to be hitting 20 goals each. So there's Duke. I don't know how much we're actually paying of his wages. I think by the looks of it, we're paying all of it. Yeah, we're paying him 425 of it. Next one in, one of our first ones in actually, loanee, only 17 years old, but pace 12. We're really struggling of getting the basics of. I did find a couple of defenders that were quite pacey, but one was 5'7", which I didn't think was maybe a good idea for a centre half. Dakari's just turned 18, 13 heading, 14 marking, 14 tackling. I like the basics in with a little bit of pace 12. He's not slow. Composure's not great, but decisions, determination decent. Natural fitness decent. So I'm hoping, yeah, he might be all right. He's played 4 games. He didn't play much of pre-season, but has come in and done very, very well. Okay, the signings. First one in was a bit of a panic buy. He's just going to be a backup. £250. Pace 9. 6'4", big defender. Decent mentals. 12, 12 and 13 for his defending attribute. He'd played in the division below last season, so the division that we were in, the sort of like the 4th tier or 3rd tier, whatever you want to call it, and has done pretty well. He had an average rating of 7.14. He was semi-pro. We thought we'd give him the opportunity. He hasn't played much for us. We've brought in another defender late on in the season. Pre-season. We've also moved Semedo there sometime. So, yeah, he's happy being a fringe player. He's not going to cause me any problems. He's on a 1-year deal, £250 a week. I think he'll probably get game time at some point during the season. Next one in, we went through a lot of sort of like Primera Liga teams just to see how they were getting on in terms of what they were releasing. We've managed to pick up a player from Braga who was on loan in the division that we were playing in last year. He's only 22. He's got a potential of 4.5 star. He's just very, very average across the board. He's not had a great start to the season. We have got Mano on that right-hand side as well that can do a job. This guy can play on the left side if we need be, but he's probably just going to be a backup for now. We've got him on a 2-year deal, £250 a week as well. Decent transfer in terms of value and what we need him to do. One of the key players I was hoping was going to be is Phillipe Mello. We've got him from Faranense, who were in the top division. Didn't play much for them. No, he barely played. He's 31, so a nice experience. 6'2", decent strength, fitness. Where's his fitness? Not bad. Tremendous mentals for the standard that we're at. Marking 13, tackling 14, passing 11. He's been injured. I don't know if he's going to be fit today. I'm hoping he's going to be fit today. A little bit of experience because we bought a lot of young players. Once again, 1 year deal, £600 a week. Antonio Robero, one of our late signings, only 21 years old. I believe we got him from Benfica. 6'4", 12 heading, 12 marking, only 9 tackling, but he started pretty well. I've been quite impressed with him so far. 21 years old. He's got a little bit of time. £110 a week. It was worth the risk. I was trying to look at players that had the potential to maybe help us over the next few years while we may be stuck in this third tier, and he may have the opportunity to grow and develop with us. One of the big important signings is Samuel Suarez. Now, he has come from Benfica, backup goalkeeper to Valdo, who does want to leave. So we've got an option there of promoting this guy. He's going to be good enough. Our reserve keeper last year released was nowhere near the standard, and I'm really chuffed to have got this guy in. 19 years old, £250 a week, 2-year deal. We'll adjust it in the summer, I think, and make sure we get him on a big contract, because he's no doubt, I think he's going to be at the very least a very, very good backup for us over the next few seasons until we literally get into the top division. So he may be key, especially if Valdo wants to leave and it's getting to the point where he's not going to sign a new deal. We may have to cash in on him. Next one in, Gonzalo Costa, another freebie from a Premier League team, Firenze. Only 20 years old. And we're playing sort of like double Mazzalas on that left-hand side, in the centre midfield. So, look, 14 first touch. He's dribbling this 3, which is really bizarre. If you're a Mazzala, surely you'll be able to dribble. If you've got a decent first touch and your technique is good, surely your dribbling would be a little bit better than that. But we got him in anyway. £110 a week. Back up once again. I wanted to make sure that we had a decent squad. It's going to be a long slog, 46 games in this division, plus cup. So we're looking at 50 games. We're going to have to rotate at some point. And everything else, apart from the dribbling, is pretty good. And that is it, guys. So we're rocking with this sort of like 5-3-2. Jabari, who we got back off on loan, has not started too great. Duke has been up there. Pedrosa, we've got, who was missing for the most of last season, remember. We do have, for today's game, we've had to play Pinto out on the left because Sosa's been injured. Sosa is now fit, but he wants to leave. Veldo himself wants to leave. We have got him tied for another 2 years. If anything, he's probably not really as strong as Suarez, but I'm just keeping it simple for now and maybe rotate as the season goes on to make sure we see Samuel Suarez improving throughout the season. Right, we're going to go with Mello. Mello's fit for Semedo. We'll put Semedo on the bench. We've got this guy as well, Rodrigo Mafiola, who was with us last season. We've tried to get rid of him. We can't get rid of him. He actually does the Mazzala role pretty well. So he's like a sub that we've been using on a regular basis. He can also play up front. He can also play in behind as a number 10 if I feel that's the way we need to go. Mano has got himself fit. So that's probably our strongest 3 at the moment. Seni, Robero, Dakare. Fingers crossed. We can just excite a little bit. We've been a little bit boring, as I said, the games. We started with a 0-0 at Deleria, which wasn't a bad result. 2 and a home draw against Alares. We should be beating teams like this at home. Lulitano as well, semi-professional. We should have really been looking at beating them. We did have a man sent off, but that was really late. We've done well in the last game. Not even going to pronounce that name. It did take us a while to break it down, and I did change a few things at half-time, which I've transferred into this game. So hopefully we're playing a team, look, semi-pro, we need to be beating teams like this. We also need to kind of see what... That's why it would be a good idea to see the team sheet. It would be a good idea to see the team sheet with the positions beforehand. So we'll just see how they're lining up. Because we need to change what roles our back 3 are doing. If we're playing up against a front 2, which we're not, we have the stoppers marking. If we're playing up with the front 1, I have the middle defender marking. So a very quiet opening 20 minutes of the game. They've had 5 shots, but all from distance. They've got a free kick. Ballack, just wide. I think I'm going to have to change something at half-time. I really don't want to go down the route of going to 4 at the back. I want to keep it 3 at the back. We've not got great wingers in the side. Here we go, Sosa. Or do we do a bit like a Tottenham and like a Jose Mourinho and be quite tight defensively and nick goals down the other end? That's what we've been relying on at the moment. We may look at even changing it and playing with a number 10 to try and get us going that way to make us just a little bit more attacking. See if we can create things a little bit more. As Volta's just running through. Is that realistic? I don't think so. But we're going to make it probably till half time. Jabari is in. We need to take chances. Get in. So we need to take chances like that. Be interested to know what would you do tactically? Would you play a player in the number 10? We're going to keep the 3 at the back. We've got decent wing backs as well. So a 3-5-2. What little changes would you make? Let me know down in the comments. Jabari puts us 1-0 up. So there we go. We're kind of just doing enough at the moment to get us through games without really battering and dominating teams, which you maybe expect. We sort of like 3 at the back, but we have gone quite attacking. We're pushing up high. We've got creative players in there. But at the moment, we're doing a proper Jose Mourinho kind of team where we're defending very, very well and then managing to sneak in the odd goals, the odd breaks like this. Ducky's in. He's on his left foot, which obviously would be great for him. He's still got it though. He's crossed it. Pedrosa's underneath it, and it was just not enough on it. Right, just pause it. Pedrosa's struggling a little bit, so we're gonna do some changes now. Pedrosa's struggling, so we're gonna get we'll actually go Rodrigo Mafiola on that side. Up front, Ducker struggled, so let's go Mendy. We have got Zakina as well, who we tried to offload in the summer. We couldn't. He's on too much money, and also got a pay rise as well. So he's on about 1,400 a week. Luckily, his contract's out at the end of the season, but we're gonna have to put up with him for now. Right. I would like a second goal if we can get one. We've got a nice little defensive shape here. We're in areas as well where we could potentially break. But looks like they're going to muster an attack here. No, we've got it. Mano's done very well. He's stepped in. He's found Jabari. Jabari has turned. Mendy's now got it. Slipped in. Jabari. Can he seal it? Oh, off the post. I don't know how vital that'll be. Andros Sosa struggling a little bit. We have got Pinto as well, who's been playing out there. Andros Sosa just come back, so we'll look at doing a change after this. Looks like they've got our old centre forward, who was basically our 5th choice striker last year. Nascimento, I think his name is. No doubt will score on this attack against us. There he is. They're knocking it around nicely, and they're in. There's no VAR. Goal will stand. Decent football, decent cross, and just lost. Lost the defender. Right, let's do a change. Sosa's struggling. Pinto on. We need a little bit more, boys. Sene's cleared. Can we get there first? We're not getting there first. The home side are now putting a little bit of pressure on us. Melo's done very well, but we've lost the ball again. They're coming at us. Robero clears. Right, we're going to have a little chance of a counter here. Mendy. He's not got many options. There seems to be all red bodies. Oh! What on earth was that? Was that a shot? It seemed like it was a shot because there was nothing else on. One of the most bizarre goals I've ever seen. It's caught the keeper out and it's flown pretty much into the top corner. We are 2-1 up. Let's just change some instructions. Right, we've got 10 minutes to go. Can we seal an important away win? And once again, these are down near the bottom, the semi-pro. We need to be dominating games a little bit more than what we are. Perez. We've still got Sagota, so we can go to wingers. If we do go to wingers, I would have thought we need to make sure we have like an anchor man And 4 at the back, we need to make sure we have some sort of anchor man in the middle of midfield. I think as Juliem is in... Oh, he's fucking scored, boys! Oh, fucking hell. How are we not dealing with that? Is it just a punt? Just a punt. Look at the state of it. They've now gone 3 up. That's the issue. But we're 3v3 back there, so... Takari's done well. Mano. Mathola. Mello. Mathola. Out wide. Out wide. Out wide. Out wide. Good. Pinto. Cross. Jabari was there. Underneath it. Get there first. Get there first. Mello. Just. It's a highlight still going to Kare. Mello. Costa. Cuesta, I think he's called. Alfonso Cuesta. Mendy. Alfonso into Jabari. It's offside. Another disallowed goal. Good football from us. Good football. I'm gonna have to change it up. We have got wingers we can do. We've got Zakina. It can be done. You know, we're not dominating games as much as I'd like. So we're probably going to have to go with 2 wide men, 4 at the back, a holding midfield player, maybe 2 central midfields, and only play with 1 striker, which is going to make it a little bit tough. I don't know if any of the strikers, say Duck can go out on the right as a winger, so we may do that, and then place a Gotta off the left, so we could do something along the lines of that, I think, and have a winger in there. Jabari, Duck can go on there. Who have we got out this way? Costa, Pinto can maybe do a decent job. So Gotta is more than capable out there. Was he left-footed? Yeah, he's left-footed. We can put it out there, probably play with 2 wingers, but then do we want to be crossing the ball? Do we want to be necessarily crossing the ball when we've only got 1 striker in there? Can Duck do a job out there for me? No, so things for me to ponder. So we've got Zakina, who can do out there. We've got Mendy, who says it can do a job out there as a wide target man. Can maybe play him as an inside forward. That might not be a bad shout. We've got Maruka as well, who's not. No, he's not good. I think I've got time with me. Actually, I've got a little bit of money left. We may try and just bring in another winger, I think. But yeah, let me know down in the comments what you think I should do. Do we stick to this real tight knit group, or do we look at really pushing on, attacking and doing a bit more exciting football for you guys? All right. Thank you very much for watching. We are now in 9th position, so not great. There's still teams to play. It's gonna be tricky. We need to make sure that we don't fall too far away early on. All right, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Next video out Sunday night, 9 p.m. Go check it out. Streaming this week live on Twitch, 9:45 Saturday night. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you smash a like on today's video. Ciao.